What's going on, my beautiful DC brothers and sisters? It's your boy, The Truth 31. Hit like, subscribe for all that DC goodness in the face, neck, and chest. And bruh, what if Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor is in the Nightmare timeline? What if? Now, if you see this picture right here, who is that? What is that? It looks like it sort of looks like a Kryptonian battle armor, which would make sense because obviously, if you saw Man of Steel, there were tons of Easter eggs in Man of Steel. And especially in Man of Steel BVS, they had that huge battle in Metropolis. So it would make sense that, in BVS, where, Lex Luthor was experimenting on Zod's body, he would collect his armor and make his own battle suit. Because Lex Luthor is like next to Batman, is a genius, right? So especially like if we're heading towards the Nightmare timeline, it would make sense for Lex Luthor to build something to protect himself when everything is going on, and when Darkseid shows up and completely wreaks havoc on Metropolis, on the Earth. So Lex Luthor would be one of the many members who would survive, because obviously in the Nightmare timeline we have Batman, Deathstroke, and Joker, and the Flash and Cyborg, but there's been no mention of Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, and I wouldn't be surprised if Zack Snyder wants to keep that a mystery, like wants to keep that under wraps, because how awesome would it be if we find out when we watch Zack Snyder's Justice League in just a couple of months that we see Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor in the Nightmare timeline wearing the classic Lex Luthor battle armor? How sick would that be? That would be incredible. That would be so cool to see, and it would be a nice, it'll be a nice surprise for us fans, but also be like a nice, cool homage to, obviously, from the comics when he's wearing the battle suit, working with Batman, Deathstroke, and Joker, and the Flash and Cyborg. That would be amazing. Come on, like how cool would that be? And it'll be such a nice, cool, just great fan service. And again, I'm not saying that it's gonna happen. I'm not saying that Jesse Eisenberg is in the movie, but I mean, if you look at that concept art, it kind of looks like Jesse. Like if you look like really closely with that Superman, microscopic vision, you could kind of see like a bald, like you see someone who's bald in it. And I mean, who else is bald? Who's the most bald, prominent character in the DC universe? I mean, it's obviously Lex Luthor, and it would make sense within the narrative that Zack Snyder built. It would make sense, since in Man of Steel, it would make sense in BVS, because obviously, Lex Luthor has been toying, and he knows all the secret identities, and he would be smart enough to build something for himself when, stuff goes down. And obviously, we saw in BVS when he was working on Zod's body. Like, why wouldn't he tinker with Zod's armor? Like, that would make sense for Lex Luthor, and it will make sense within the narrative and stuff like that. And especially since, Lex Luthor, he knows that Darkseid is coming, since we saw in BVS when he's talking Steppenwolf in that, whatever, the hologram or whatever. I mean, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. So, I don't know, like, that's just a theory that I have. Again, I don't know if it's true. It could be total nonsense. People could be like, "Truth, you are reaching, my guy. You are reaching. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. This is nonsense." Or it could be a nice little like holy shit moment where we see, like, in the Nightmare timeline, we see Lex Luthor in a battle suit, and we know that Jesse Eisenberg is in the movie. Like, he has a scene in the movie, I think, like where Deathstroke breaks him out of prison, stuff like that, and that's the only scene that we know of for Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. So, I mean, it wouldn't be a shock. It wouldn't be a surprise if Zack Snyder actually like shot something else with Jesse Eisenberg in the Nightmare timeline, and we just have no idea. Which, again, like, that would be on par with the secrecy that Zack Snyder likes to keep under wraps. So anyway, but that's just a theory. I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is, I mean, that would be awesome. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Smash that like button, my beautiful DC brothers and sisters. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram. Let's continue having a DC conversation as always. Support DC, love DC. What do you think? Am I am I crazy? Or do you actually think, like, look, it's possible that we might see the battle armor classic Lex Luthor design in the Nightmare timeline? Or are you like, nah, I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's total nonsense, and we're not going to see that. But anyway, let me know in the comments down below. And as always, truth out.